The Global Health Initiative came to us to really help them better understand how could they best achieve their core objective, which is engaging businesses and public-private partnerships to really help with issues of HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and health systems. And we worked with the GHI staff to really understand their perspectives on what are the issues, what are the challenges, what are the opportunities. Then we went out and did about 60 interviews with practitioners externally in the public-private partnership space, be they private sector companies, be they host governments or not-for-profits, to really understand from their perspective what works, what doesn't work with private-public partnerships. The result of that work was this guide that is available for World Economic Forum participants and others on the website to really guide effectiveness in developing and ensuring the sustainability of these partnerships. I think the biggest lesson learned in this work was while private-public partnerships oftentimes are a good thing to do, this do-good perspective is necessary but not sufficient. You really need to go beyond the sort of charity aspects of what you're doing, and it has to fit with your business needs. There have to be some business motivation, some business case behind why you would drive these partnerships, and aligning the needs of the various stakeholders so that you have this common set of good that everyone is pursuing is something that really makes the most sense. And there are a diverse number of stakeholders. Oftentimes people underestimate the number of stakeholders involved in a partnership. And so that analysis to really understand who are the diverse stakeholders, get them engaged in the right sort of way, was really quite important. Private corporations should consider three things before they launch into these PPPs. The first is the business case needs to be solid and clear. They need that clarity around the business case. The second thing is the level of commitment that they have to deliver to the PPP should be clear. And they should be prepared to commit the resources required to make it successful. And the third thing is what they get out of the PPP should be clear, so that they have an ongoing incentive to drive the success of the PPP. We found in our research that there are some issues that are so complex and so complicated in the world that no one entity, the private sector, the public sector, or the not-for-profit sector alone can solve them. And oftentimes even bilateral agreements don't do it. You need all three sectors engaged in that effort. A PPP is the best way to make that happen, because it really does take the best of all three sectors, the different perspectives, the needs, the responsibilities, and puts it together in a holistic way. And that diverse set of stakeholders can best be served through these PPPs. A great example of PPPs at work is the India Business Alliance to Stop TB, and it was launched by the GHI in early 2004. It brought people from all three sectors, private sector, public sector, and not-for-profit together to really drive this issue and to really help solve the issue. And my understanding is some 4 million people have been affected and touched by this initiative, and it's a real complement to the success of PPPs. I think countries, companies, and individuals really need to begin with an understanding in order to make the world a better place. It's clear that all of us start with a different perspective, and I think it's human nature that we're self-interested, that people have their own point of view. But the only way you drive to success is to understand the other person's point of view and try to find that common link between your point of view and theirs. So together you can collaborate to drive to the solution.